Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. How are you doing? So, we are going to be reading about man's second best friend after dogs. And um, I've invited this individual to be with us today in this reading. And it's trees. So, basically, what I'm reading about, there's this beautiful tree um, right behind us, full of life. So beautiful gift from God. Okay, I'm reading from 101 Proofs for God from Jim Stevens. Yes, he wrote this book. It took him 6 years to put together these stories. I believe that so many of them are inspired from heaven, and then also from his own investment. Um, and then as we read, you will see how extraordinary these stories are. 101 proofs for the existence of God. So I'm going to be reading chapter 39. It's called Trees. I'm going to assume that almost every person loves trees. They are everywhere around us, with about 100,000 different species, but we often take them for granted. Without trees, we wouldn't exist. He's saying, that's the truth. They take the carbon dioxide that we exhale out of the air and return to us oxygen that we need for survival. What a phenomenal coincidence if you don't recognize that a master designer created trees. The whole amazingly complicated and delicately balanced ecosystem exists and allows for perfect support for human existence, us, God's children. How could it be an accident or just random that trees keep us alive? How is this possible? Just by accident? Trees have a vascular system that passes water and nutrients throughout all the cells in the tree, somewhat similar to our own circulatory system of blood. Trees produce for us an amazing variety of fruits that we love. They are almost all tasty in our mouths and at the same time very healthy for our bodies. Yet there is a tremendous variety. Why didn't God just make one? Right? For our pleasure. He made apples, oranges, citrus, peaches, pears, cherries, coconuts, and so many others. Trees produce in great abundance, far more than is needed for their own survival. Almost like they do it just for us. Trees are the great givers in nature. I will always remember there was a big old cherry tree that my aunt and uncle had in their backyard. That thing produced so many cherries that they could never give enough away to the whole neighborhood. As hard as they tried, the ground would always be covered with a layer of rotting cherries. Wow. Forests of trees support the life and very existence of many other plants, as well as myriads of insects, birds, and animals. Trees give us shade from the hot sun, and they shelter us from the rain like a big protective friend. Trees give us their wood for building our houses and thousands of other creations. For thousands of years, we burned the wood of trees to keep warm and to cook meals. Many a romantic moment has happened in front of a burning fire. One of the greatest joys of going camping is sitting around the spectacular fire in the evening. And it's beautiful as well as being useful. Fire. Trees give us paper. The vast majority of human knowledge that was ever shared in history was made possible by paper from trees. Trees directly or indirectly provide jobs for a large segment of the population. Another incredible aspect of trees is that they start from a small seed. A seed is truly a miracle in itself, containing nourishment to begin its life and all the DNA information needed to build the tree for its whole lifetime. Teeny tiny seed. The first thing to emerge from the seed is the tap root, which always goes straight down into the ground, no matter how the seed is oriented. Some of the largest seeds we know come from trees, but the largest tree, Sequoia dendron giganteum, produces one of the smallest tree seeds. This must be the sequoia trees he's talking about. Ancient trees that are now under the earth have turned to coal, which has also been another huge contributor to human development, heating buildings, driving steam engines for manufacturing, and locomotives to move people and business, and making steam power to generate the majority of electricity in the world. Every little boy who ever walked in the woods has picked up a stick and done wondrous things with it. Trees can touch the sky, like the one redwood in California named Hyperion. That is 379.5 feet high. Wow. Trees remind us of the past, like the Great Basin bristlecone pine called Methuselah. It has been dated by drilling a core sample and counting the annual rings at 4,844 years old. That was in 2012. The largest living thing on Earth is the sequoia named General Sherman at 52,508 cubic feet. Wow. Trees can also be miniaturized like the Japanese bonsai to display elegant beauty. Or what about the awesomeness of the K-pop tree? I'm going to have to put the K-pop tree in, on the video, picture of it. Because I don't know what one is. Every autumn, I try to make a trip to upstate New York when the leaves are changing color. It is spectacular, and I never get tired of it. The trees do it for us every year, like a living painting. Trees are not an accident or some plant that just happened to have the best materialistic, heartless survival abilities. Trees were designed with us in mind and are a precious, life-giving gift to us from someone who loved us before we were born. We could not exist without them. So there must be God. Wow, so deep, so moving. Thank you so much, Jim. Right? So, to show your appreciation for the trees, go out and hug a tree later. Pat it on its back. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jim. And I will see you all another time. Okay, take care. Bye.